Hello guys, today we learn how to convert web service web API XML string into a data table in C#. To implement this, you have required Visual Studio 2015, SQL 2012 or any other upper version of both. Before implementing it, we need a web service URL. You can see localhost imply service.svc getEmp and method name get. Now, here our plan is consume the data through HttpClient in console applications and convert the receive XML response to data table in C#. Now let us see what you have received. Receive XML output from web service API. You can see imply detail, that is the root element, and after that imply and their detail like imply ID, imply name, salary and imply city. That is the first tag of imply and their children, so that this is the first record. Same way you can see imply ID, imply name, salary, city, imply. That that is the second record of imply, and thus way it may be more than 1, 2, 3 records which can be received from the web service through the web API. Now how can do that? Let us see. Open Visual Studio 15 and add a new console applications and write the code to consume the data and convert it into the data table in C. Now let us see. First, you can see here this is the web service, WCF web service, and there is one interface I imply and there is implementation in imply service, and in imply service you can see that is the method name getEmp. You can get the record from the database. So implementation you can see, go to definitions, imply data. So you can see that this is the connection strings and select from imply and first data set. Then after that we put into the dt and then we create XML document. Then you can see create a root element, then define data table, and after defining data table here you have write a code to return in the XML. So after that all the XML docked are in a XML equal to XML string. So we need to convert it into the XML element. To simply have like this doc1 new XML document and doc1 dot load XML string and return doc1 dot document element. So from this web service you can get the details of imply service through the WCF service. Also there is setting there, so we will understand later. Now here need to understand how can consume and convert it. Let us see. First you can see a main programs, class files, and after that main methods. And here you can say example URL for the WCF service. You can see string URL equal to localhost implies service.svc getEmp. That is service URLs which need to consume. After that you have put like HttpClient, make instance of this HttpClient equal to new HTTP clients. So let us understand what is HTTP client. HTTP client is a class in C# designed to send HTTP request and receive HTTP response from the resource identifying by URI. Now you can see after that send a synchronous get request. So what we can do that HttpResponseMessage make instance of the response equal to client.GetAsync and put here URL and dot results. So response will be coming in this instance. After that ensure you get a successful response. So we will write response.EnsureSuccessStatusCode. Then whatever we receive the response from the server response, so need to read it. To read and return the response content, simply we will write string define response body equal to, after that, response.content read as a string async dot results. So whatever results will be coming from the response, we will store as a strings. Now this string also will store in data set, then after data table. After that, receiving the response body from the response. So create a new dataset, make a object dataset equal to new dataset. Now whatever we get the response from reading the response content, we will store in a dataset. So how can do that? Simply right here, load the XML string into dataset using string reader, make object string reader, new string reader, and put here response body, which you will receive here from the response dot content. And after that, you will set dataset.ReadXml string reader. So whatever value in the response body will assign a string reader, and a string reader will set into dataset. After that, stack the specific dataset data table from dataset. So already we know that is the data table name like employee. So we define a new object of data table. Data table equal to dataset.tables.employee. So dataset value will be stored now in data table. After that, if you want to value store into a database, so we can write a SQL command to store one by one row, and also you can bulk insert. Here we are implementing the bulk insert. Whatever value in we will get in the data table. So create a new SQL connection. So you can see SQL connection con SQL connection, and put the data string to connect the database, like data source, server name, initial catalog means database name, and persist security info true, and also you can put user ID and password according to your database. After that, need to open the connection, so you can write here count.open, and you can see here create a SQL bulk instance copy. So simply you can write using SQL bulk copy, make object bulk copy equal to this SQL bulk copy, and define the connection string. After that, you need to set the destination table. So set the destination table name like bulk copy the destination table name equal to destination implied, that is table name. And also need to set the like mapping column from one source to destination. In this here map column, your detailed columns name differ from the destination table, or you can ignore it. It should be also write the like column mapping, because it may be differ from column name source to destinations. So you also need to carry that it is a case sensitive. So accordingly, whatever source put here, and whatever destination column name put here. So that's way you can put the mapping of column. After that mapping of column, simply we write bulk copy write to servers and put here a data table. Now run the application and check. First you need to run the web service which are located on my system. So first need to run it. Now our web service will run here. In web service you can see I have make one default page. So always it will show a default page. Okay, for convenient way. Now go to console application. Here you can see consume. There is consume and there is one program.cs. Now I have also put here one debug point. Now run this application. So debug pointer will come here. Now press F10. So you can see here HTTP response. So also you can see here status code 200 is region phrase okay, and this is the whole whatever get. You can see headers files here, method get, response URI, request URI. You can see head content. Press F10. Now read and return the response content. So here you can see response content which received from the web service in XML format. Now you can check whether it is valid or not, and right here XML viewer. Now click on XML viewer and paste this and check first whether it is valid or not. So you can see this is a valid XML. Now you can format beautify, so click on this. So you can see this is the XML which are received from the web service, like first record, second record, third, fourth, fifth. There is fifth record of the employee, and you can see here employee detail that the root and their children's. Now this will be converted into data table. So let us see in further. Here you define dataset. Now press F10, and after dataset, this external value will be loaded in dataset. So now click on this, so you can get the records which are the XML now converted into dataset. After dataset, you need to convert in data table. So there is table name like employee. So I have put here define one instance of data table, and dataset.tables employee. So this value will be converted set into data table. Now F10. Now you can also check whether this data table value have or not. So this again you will get the value in data table. Now after that, here we have written a SQL connections and SQL C# code to send this value in the destination table through the bulk. So F10 you can see, and after that this value will be returned to server database. Now check whether this value will. You can write here select a star from table name. You can see destination employee and execute this. So you will get the value in this table which are inserted from the SQL bulk through received from the uh, XML web XML through data tables. Take one overview of the code. This is console applications, and you can see here this is the code which can set the value in dataset through receive from the web API response body and StringReader equal to new StringReader. Here you can see implement a text reader that is from a strings. Thanks for watching my YouTube videos. If you want to more videos, please subscribe my YouTube channel.